Actors' salaries? Check. Lavish sets? Check. Script? I've run out of checks. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Assalamu Alaikum, Kim Cho, May Natalie Hu, or Yay, Nat Bollywood Hey. This week there was an early release. No, not something I needed to go and see a doctor about. I'm talking a Wednesday rather than a Friday first screening for big budget, big name cast Kalank. Translating as scandal or disgrace, could this be a case of a title being right-tal? Starring Madhuri, Sonakshi, Alia, Varman, Aditya and Sanjay, Kalank is a tale of love and a lack of love between a bunch of human beings. Alia plays Roop, a young girl selected to marry Aditya Roy Kapoor's Dev Chaudhary. Selected by Dev's current wife Satya, played by Sinha. India was so progressive when it came to polygamy. Fact check until 1956 when it was cancelled for Hindus. Dev chooses not to be a living life large Lothario, instead telling Roop on their wedding night there will be no loving. Understandably, she's not impressed and spends a long time looking out of a big round window from where she hears brothel boss Madhuri having a sing-song. Alia visits the brothel and interrupts a performance that Baha, Madhuri's character, is undertaking. Not that kind of performance. Now, instead of telling the limelight-hogging upstart to piss off, Madhuri instead agrees to teach her about music. Probably, though, would have been better informing her of the one-track mind of some men, particularly local testosterone-fueled Zafar, who plots to disrupt Roop and Dev's marriage by seducing Roop. The film had a budget of 150 crore rupees, around £16.5 million, and it is clear to see where that budget went. Actors' salaries? Check. Lavish sets? Check. Exquisite costumes? Check. Script? I've run out of checks. To make up for this, the Kalank team have been quite ingenious. Firstly, be prepared for lots of acting with the eyes. Coy downward gaze, smouldering seduction, wiggly, upset, angry eyes. Other ways of saving a few crore include having Varman only wearing half a costume, exposing his 12-pack, which was drawn on by the spot boy with the dusty, chai-stained finger. Just kidding. You can actually see that Varman did work out to get in shape for the role. For the purpose of journalistic fact-finding, I studied these images of him very carefully. Maxima Basu and famous fashion designer Manish Malhotra are behind the costumes, and you can see that they've worked very closely with the set designers and art directors, matching colours to locations and even a character's emotion. You can play the game of closing your ears and guessing a character's state of mind and the passionometer based on the colour of their outfit and whether they're stood next to something on fire. The film is directed by Abhishek Varman, who also directed Two States, which also starred Alia. He shows her off very well, her eyes in particular looking very pretty in the lingering close-ups. However, she is a bit of an ugly crier. The film is essentially a 2-hour, 50-minute long advert for both Manish Malhotra's clothes and Madhuri's plastic surgeon, if she has one. Otherwise, I can only assume that dancing lots, and quite well, is the secret to her eternal youth because she looks fabulous. Not looking so fabulous was the bull in the bullfighting scene, which was clearly pointed out at the start of the film to be CGI and therefore not harmed in the making. There was no need to tell us this. It is quite obvious. I think I was harmed more just watching it. Action in this scene and the fight scenes in general with Varman are very well choreographed. He looks amazing, particularly, as I said before, with his shirt off. Sparks, like Jet Airways, didn't fly for me between Madhuri and Sanjay Dutt in their one scene, possibly as the remainder of the budget had been spent setting everything else on fire. That's probably the script. Full disclosure, I did shed a tear near the end, but don't tell anyone. Kalank is the biggest screen release of 2019 so far, 5,300 screens worldwide, and it also had the highest opening collections of more than 20 crore. However, in the week where Jet Airways flew its last, I have a feeling that this beautiful bird will also not endure for the long haul. Considering the money spent, it should have been better. I mean, it is better than Zero and Thugs of Hindustan, but that's not saying much. The story isn't anything special, and although you can see what they were aiming for, it was missing that certain je ne sais quoi. Therefore, 3 stars out of 5.
Kalank nahi, ishq hai, kajal diya.
More Nat Bollywood next week. If you've enjoyed watching this, give me a thumbs up. If you laughed, click on the smiley. And if you enjoyed this and found it funny, why not go the whole hog and show me some love?
I'd love to.
And remember, sharing is caring. Namaskar.
Right across the city, playing nothing but the best in music from around the world. 24 hours a day.
Your community station.